Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Raw after the fully loaded pay-per-view, and it is going to be a damn good episode of Universe Mode as we have one hell of a card stacked for you here tonight in Universe Mode. It's going to be damn good. Kevin Owens versus Bronson Reed Shield Summit, plus so much more. I'm looking forward to it, and I hope you guys are too. Plus, we have in the start of the show, or for the start of the show, the tag team tournament is finally going to go down as Starrcade is right around the corner, and it's going to be damn good. But I'm now getting word from William Regal that although Starrcade is going to be the first matchup to start off, it will not be the opening segment for tonight. So, what the hell does that mean? Alright, well, he said it's going to be our first matchup, but not our first. Oh man, we talked about it earlier. We talked about that Shield Summit that will be going down. And ladies and gentlemen, this is the second summit in history of the Shield, and it has been one very up and very down night for the Shield. I'd say the Shield's night ended 50-50 with Bryan Danielson being screwed, absolutely screwed out of his opportunity for the World Heavyweight Championship in the main event when the newcomer of Judgment Day, or so it seems the newcomer of Judgment Day, J.D. McDonough, came out of nowhere and attacked Bryan Danielson. And, let's not even talk about that. To start off the match, Randy Orton attacked Bryan Danielson, not even making the matchup a triple threat. It ended up being a one-on-one the whole night. I mean, Bryan Danielson got screwed every which way when it came down to fully loaded, and it was definitely not his night, and it wasn't the matchup that he got signed up for. And that right there, that's not something that could slide. But the Shield seem like they're out here to say something. They're out here to speak their purpose, speak their mind to the WWE Universe. And when the Shield come, they tend to bring justice. And talking about the Shield's bad night, let's talk about some of the good. Jon Moxley defeated Roman Reigns. Moxley being the one man to do it in the Shield. Bryan hasn't done it. Rollins wasn't able to do it, but Jon Moxley was the man to do it. Moxley proved that he is the superior wrestler, and Moxley may have proved that this chapter, when it comes down to the Bloodline, the Shield, this might just be beginning. This might not be the end. This might be the absolute beginning, because if Roman made a clean sweep of the Shield, then man, oh man, it was going to be good. But you see, as Rollins, Bryan, and Moxley in the ring, they're all staring at each other, thinking to themselves, what can be said tonight? You see, there's some smiles, but there's also some anger on the face of the Shield. It was a very up and down night for the Shield. But the big question is, where do they go from here? What do they do, and who do they go after, especially being in a tournament? What the Shield will not tolerate is disrespect. What the Shield will not tolerate is people thinking that they are washed, because trust me, they are not. We are just the beginning. Now, management wants to save this for a big announcement, but I'll say it right here, right now. This Friday, I'm taking on Jey Uso on Mayhem, and Jay, I'm going to beat your goddamn head in. And as for the Judgment Day, you guys think that we weren't going to talk about you guys, huh? What you did to my boy last night was not it. What you guys did last night was cross a line that you know you cannot come back from, because once you start war with the Shield, there is no coming back for it. Ask Roman Reigns.
Oh, man.
And speaking of Roman Reigns, where is Roman? Roman's gone. Nowhere to be seen. Out of nowhere, he is just poof. Went from a tribal chief to a missing chief, because he's nowhere to be found. I haven't seen him backstage. Have you, Rollins? Have you, Danielson? I haven't seen him. And you know why I haven't seen him? Because I did the one thing that no man has been able to do, and that is beat Roman Reigns. I have been able to do the thing that it seems like Roman, ever since he took the vest off, he's become unstoppable, but I defied those odds. And you know why? Because I am the supreme athlete. I am him. I am that guy, and I can promise anybody, if you step into the ring, in the great words of Bryan Danielson, you're gonna get your fucking head kicked in. You are absolutely right. What Judgment Day did last week was something that I am not about to sit here and stand for. I didn't even get my fair shot at the World Heavyweight Championship last night. And you know why? That's because of one man who's been labeled as the hottest, youngest star in the WWE. Somebody that WWE didn't think they would get. The Irish Ace, J.D. McDonough. You know my issue with you. You know what you did, and I don't know if you're repping the black and purple, but even if you are, if this means that we have to go to war with the Judgment Day, then we will do that, because that World Heavyweight Championship is coming home to the Shield. What? And you can believe that. Don't think you're gonna be able to play mind games with us. That's the last thing you're ever gonna be able to do. The war starts tonight. We've beat men, we've beat monsters, but tonight comes your Judgment Day. Oi, you're talking about me? Oh I mean, come on guys, really? This is what we're doing now? We talk about people when they're not around? I mean, come on, that doesn't seem like the Shield's motto. Now, I know what everybody's probably asking themselves. What is JD McDonough doing out here? Why does JD McDonough wear the black and purple? How did JD McDonough go from being an indie star to a WWE star? Well, that's simple. I seen Judgment. And the Judgment Day gave me purpose. The Judgment Day gave me a lease on life. And the Judgment Day helped me see a vision where Finn Balor being the World Heavyweight Champion is a future that I want to be a part of. And you being world champion Bryan Danielson, now that is a future that I cannot not only not be a part of, but that's something that I cannot coexist with. If I'm going to be here in the WWE, if I'm going to wrestle here in the WWE, then I'm going to be at the absolute top of the mountain, and Judgment Day is that. I'm here for one reason, and one reason only. They don't call me the goddamn ace for no reason. I'm here to wrestle. I'm here to kick people's heads in just as much as you are. So you want to kick anybody's head in? Kick mine in tonight. Me and you, one-on-one, main event. Prove that you are the guy that you say you are. Prove that you are the great Bryan Danielson. Prove that you're not hiding behind a vest and your best years are behind you. You have something against me because of what I did to you, then face me in the ring tonight. You want to go in the ring? You think that's smart to do in your first match in the WWE? You want to go against a 20-year veteran? You want to go against a guy who makes a living out of beating the ever-living shit out of people? Is that really what you want to do, JD? Well, you know what? I got you. Main event is set. Me and you, one-on-one. Because tonight, you're going to get your enough with that. You do that every single week, and it's just, I mean, it's starting to become a little bit repetitive, don't you think? Maybe thinking about putting it on a t-shirt, Brian? I mean, sheesh, man. What's going on with you guys? Listen. You've been talking a lot of crap, Moxley. So let me tell you something wisely. I'm not Roman Reigns. You step into the ring with me, you're signing your death warrant. Ask your buddy Brian. Hell, I've been in the ring with Seth, ask him. Me and you, Moxley, we've never connected before. We've never gotten into the ring together, but I promise you, if we do that, that is the end of Jon Moxley. So don't make threats that you know you can't bet on. I'm not the World Heavyweight Champion for no reason. I'm not a pillar for no reason. I'm dangerous. And while we're out here, let's get one thing and one thing only straight. Rollins, Moxley, and Bryan, right now, what you're doing, declaring war on the Judgment Day, you are signing up for a lifetime of pain. Pain that one man experienced last night, and his name was Bronson Reed. Now, Reed, I know you're watching in the back. I know you're back there somewhere. And although this conversation might not apply to you, at the end of the day, you are Mr. Money in the Bank, and that will be acknowledged, but will also be acknowledged as your Judgment Day, and that, my friend, that is coming up very, very soon. Oh my God, ladies and gentlemen, the battle lines are set. The war has started. The Shield in the Judgment Day. Oh man, it's gonna get good from here. Ladies and gentlemen, as we gear up for this Starrcade Tag Team Tournament, finally coming your way. The brackets are looking damn good. Creed Brothers versus the Undisputed Era. That's going to be the opening contest for tonight, 2-on-2 action. And it's looking damn good all throughout the tournament. Man, oh man. Ladies and gentlemen, up next, this matchup that we have been advertising for a couple of weeks now finally goes down. Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish make their return here in Universe Mode to take on the Creed Brothers. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to get to our first matchup. It's going to be round one action. And oh man, I didn't think they would come out by themselves, but I couldn't be too sure. Ladies and gentlemen, Kyle O'Reilly Bobby Fish and your new Intercontinental Champion, Adam freaking Cole. Ladies and gentlemen, these three men have dominated all over the world, but what they have definitely done in the past is make their name stay, because when Adam Cole debuted here in Universe Mode, he came in with these two men. These two men didn't sign contracts here in Universe Mode, but it seems like they signed short-term ones that could lead to long-term ones if they're able to win this matchup. And this is going to be the first round matchup for this Arcade Tag Team Tournament, which the tournament will be taking place quarterfinals all the way into the end. It will be on September 14th, but for now we have to build up as round one qualifying matches, or round one matches, excuse me, take place. And ladies and gentlemen, this team right here, a team that has been hyped up for a little while here in Universe Mode, and that is the Creed Brothers. We've seen the Creed Brothers watch on as the Usos retained their championships last night against the OC at the fully loaded pay-per-view, and the Creed Brothers definitely have their eyes on the Usos going into this tournament. But this isn't the only, slots that we have to worry about. This isn't the only teams in this tournament. There's so many teams going all throughout this tournament as we go. It's going to be damn good. It's going to be action-filled, action-packed, and there's so much to go down. But tonight, Brutus and Julius, these two young athletes look to get the job done here tonight against two veterans, two men who are not young in the ring. So, when it comes to Brutus and Julius, they may have that over them, but that might literally just be it, because when it comes to experience, when it comes to the in-ring wrestling, and when it comes to what could be anything else, it just might go to Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish, as they have been a part of the Undisputed Era for a little while here in Universe Mode. And oh man, Bobby Fish being taken out early here by Brutus, and wait a minute, Brutus now getting hit with a pin, and this is the exact thing that I talked about earlier here tonight. Now Brutus is seeing it firsthand from Kyle O'Reilly, and wait a minute, Brutus now, oh! The Creed Brothers coming in hot and making me eat my words, because look at the strength being put on. Brutus making quick work of Kyle O'Reilly, and O'Reilly doesn't know where he's at as Adam Cole looks concerned for the Undisputed Era. Big kick there by Kyle O'Reilly, missing out. Brutus though missing out. Nicely done there. And like I said, Brutus and Julius very new on the scene compared to the Undisputed Era. In the Undisputed Era, they may not wrestle here in Universe Mode very often, but when they do, we definitely know what they've been up to. And these two men have been wrestling all over Japan, wrestling in other companies, making their own namesake, and I'm happy that we were able to get them here tonight. And wait a minute, looking for the wing clip DDT into the cover, splash, and getting into a frog splash suplex. Beautiful work. Beautiful, beautiful work, and this is what you're going to see here in the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament as these teams carry on. And wait a minute, Julius now punching down. Oh! Punching Bobby Fish, but Fish hitting him with a step-up kick there, and now Fish getting taken down. Nice work there by Brutus. Creed though making sure he can stay on the attack, though. That's going to be the very smart thing here to do against the veterans. You're going to want to stay on the attack, keep it going, and keep up the pace, the momentum. That's very, very important in this matchup. Getting the tag in now, Julius finally getting in the ring. First time he's in the ring, and look at that. Absolutely stunning suplex. And oh my God. Nicely done there by Julius. So wait a minute, Julius now taking down Bobby Fish, and Fish is in a bit of trouble here. Fish is the older gentleman out of the all five gentlemen that are here outside, counting Adam Cole too. And wait a minute now, Julius psychs him out and hits him with a big knee. Triple H would definitely be proud by that one. And now, oh my gosh, showing just how gritty and how nasty the Creed Brothers get. And if they're able to advance here tonight, what wonders it does to their career. But if they're not, if they do not, man, oh man, I mean, I gotta argue it's a little acceptable going against a veteran team like this, but I might have to argue and eat my words here, because it seems like the Creed Brothers are doing some damage here. But Bobby Fish finds it back. Fish finds the momentum, hits him with a couple of strikes. Very beautiful work there. We do know Bobby Fish has that judo martial arts background there, and now he's working away. Working away. Look at that beautiful kicks, and oh man, finishes him off with one to the face. Big kick to the face by Bobby Fish. Fish now gaining some momentum and hitting him with a knee, scraping across his face. Absolutely beautiful work here by the Undisputed Era here tonight. Into the cover. Is this one going to be adhered to? And no. And it seems like Brutus was a little late to that one. Kyle O'Reilly making sure that he's right there to help his partner as Bobby Fish tries to go for another pin, but thinks twicely about it. Maybe he was concerned for his tag team partner, but now looking to stay on the attack, going to the top rope. Is this one going to be it here? Now going for a punch, but missed. Beautiful counter there by the young star. But ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to go on commercial break. We'll be right back right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, later on tonight, it's going to be Kevin Owens going one-on-one with Bronson Reed. Is Bronson Reed, Mr. Money in the Bank, going to be able to get the job done? Or will Kevin Owens defy his odds and not only have one good night against Cody Rhodes, but have another good night against Mr. Money in the Bank, Bronson Reed? Find out later on tonight as these two titans clash. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back from commercial break, and as Julius and Bobby Fish are still working on each other on the outside. Now it seems Kyle O'Reilly has finally been able to get up to his feet. During the commercial break, he took the time he needed to get up to his feet and get back into this. Is Bobby Fish now trying to desperately go for a tag. Julius saying no, and look at this, absolutely beautiful work. And look at this. Oh my God. That money shot looks absolutely pitch perfect into the cover. No. O'Reilly fighting to keep the Undisputed Era in this round 1 Starrcade Tag Team Tournament matchup. And oh man, you see going on the outside now. Julius is looking to work on him. Oh my God. Julius being the legal man in the ring, and he is just absolutely clubbing down on Kyle O'Reilly, which O'Reilly is not the legal man in the ring, and Bobby Fish seems to be a little dizzy trying to find his way in this matchup, and Brutus trying to distract Bobby Fish, and Fish saying, no, you want to do that, we can do that, and now wait a minute, Julius sees the distraction that he tried to cause. You know, they're trying to put more damage, trying to put more pressure on the Undisputed Era, costed his tag team partner, and not costed him. And these are the mistakes that you're going to see here in the WWE, here in these two young upstarter careers. Quick punch to the gut there, knocked the wind out of them. And these, like I said, these are the mistakes that you're going to see by the two upstarters freeing their first matchup here in the WWE. And wait a minute, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish now looking to make this the beginning of the end. Oh, big punch to the face there. O'Reilly now looking to pop up Fish for something big here. Into it, super suplex, into the powerbomb. It's over, and it is! The Undisputed Era just punched their ticket to the quarterfinals of the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament, and these gentlemen are one step closer to September 14th, are one step closer to the Tag Team Championships, and what some people would argue a dream matchup. I cannot lie, the Undisputed Era versus the Usos sound like an absolute banger, especially after the matchup we just got tonight, and with them being accompanied by Mr. Intercontinental Champion Adam Cole. Everybody didn't know was the Undisputed Era here for one reason and one reason only the tournament. It seems like they are here for so much more, because now with the Undisputed Era being full, almost whole, I can argue, it's going to be damn good going into the tournament. But getting a little bit of a bracket update, Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish punched their ticket to the quarterfinals. The big question is this Friday on Mayhem, will it be DIY or the team of Samoa Joe and Bronson Reed that punches their ticket? You see right there, mommy, that's how you do it. That's how you take care of business, Judgment Day style. I think tonight, me and you, we lay back, relax, and we let the new recruit do a little bit of the work. I mean, hey, he's the one that called out Brian, not us. We're just chilling. We're doing our thing. Balor wants to train him. Priest wants to follow behind him. I say, me and you, we take the night off. Ho, 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 the night off? You barely earn your stripes here in the WWE, kid. And you're talking about taking a night off? Are you kidding me? I mean, like I said, match after match, loss after loss. I mean, that's all you do is you lose your matches time after time after time, and you want to take the night off? I mean, come on, if you're going to take the night off, at least earn it. Rhea, you don't belong beside a guy like that. You belong beside a guy like me, an architect, the visionary, a guy who sees the mission through and through. What the hell do you think you're doing? Nobody talks to my mommy like that. Me and you, Seth, tonight. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it seems like later tonight, Dominic Mysterio is going to meet Seth Rollins in the ring, but this one right here was well advertised last night after the fully loaded pay-per-view, and it's going to be Kevin Owens going one-on-one with Mr. Money in the Bank, Bronson Reed. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Owens is coming off one hell of the last 24 hours. Him and Cody Rhodes' feud has been absolutely grueling, and last night at the fully loaded pay-per-view, man, oh man, what a pay-per-view it was. Kevin Owens took the extra step in him and Cody Rhodes' no disqualification match, climbing up a ladder, and as you could see, putting Cody through that table with nothing but Kevin Owens' body. But ladies and gentlemen, that's not all. Kevin thought that it was going to be it right then and there, but no, it was, but in his own way, because after that, Kevin Owens defeated Cody Rhodes in a matchup that I never thought I'd say, or at least the outcome of the matchup I never thought I'd say like that. Cody Rhodes has been on the absolute top of this world since he debuted here in Universe Mode, and Kevin Owens, what Kevin Owens did last night was Kevin Owens got his WrestleMania victory back. What Kevin Owens did last night was change the timeline. No, ladies and gentlemen, correct the timeline. In his words, Kevin Owens fixed everything that was once wrong, and Kevin Owens, I spoke to him in the back, and Kevin Owens said to me simply, now it is time for me to move on. So I don't know how Cody's gonna take this. I don't even know if Cody's still okay, because after the matchup, matchup, which we didn't show just now. But after the matchup, Kevin Owens attacked Cody Rhodes with a chair, with his arm. So I don't know what's going on with Cody Rhodes. We don't know where Rhodes is at, what's going on. But tonight, ladies and gentlemen, Kevin Owens is going against no easy man. He is going against Mr. Money in the Bank, Bronson Reed, a man who has stepped out of that mid-card range when he debuted here in Universe Mode and skyrocketed himself all the way to the main event. And speaking of the main event, we've seen Bronson Reed in the main event last night at the fully loaded pay-per-view when Bronson Reed was trying to interfere. What I would like to argue, I don't think Reed was trying to cash in. I feel like Bronson Reed was more trying to just see what was going on in the matchup, play a little sideline, and then see if an opportunity would arise. But right before that even happened, Damian Priest cut that off. And as Bronson Reed, as you know, him and Eric Bischoff, as they've been slowly slithering, you know, with Eric Bischoff's mission of, you know, making Bronson Reed one of the most important special Mr. Money in the Banks of all time. And wait a minute, Kevin Owens firing off on Bronson Reed, and Reed firing off, and oh man, Reed with a big Samoan headbutt. And I want to, you know, talk a little bit more with Bronson Reed. Aside from him being Mr. Money in the Bank, you know, him and Eric Bischoff's plans have been very, very simple, and that is slowly pick apart the Judgment Day, infiltrate as little and as much as they can. And wait a minute, Kevin Owens now fighting back in this matchup, and oh man, Owens once again, and I did argue, and Owens with a stunner. But you see Owens not getting right back up to his feet after that. I mentioned before the matchup even started, you know, it was a big question if Kevin was even going into this matchup at 100%. And I kept talking about it, but I got cut off. And you know, that Eric Bischoff, you know, that play that he ends up playing in these matches that he's been playing when it comes down to trying to infiltrate the Judgment Day, it's been all over the place. But not just that to argue, you gotta think, I mean, if Kevin Owens can be Mr. Money in the Bank here tonight, maybe that'll put him one step closer to correcting his timeline here in Universe Mode. And I was going to say before, Bronson Reed, wait a minute, Bronson Reed now, oh man, beautifully done. This Friday, he's going to be taking on DIY in the main event. He's going to be teaming up with Samoa Joe, two Samoans here in the WWE, two men who have been trying to make their name stay, but two men who've never crossed paths here in Universe Mode. So it's going to be very interesting to see how that goes. But as Bronson Reed working away on Kevin Owens, just absolutely decimating him in this matchup tonight, I do want to let you guys know that we're going to have to go on commercial break really fast, but we will be right back right after this. Ladies and gentlemen, now confirmed by Commissioner William Regal, the main event is going to be set. It's going to be J.D. McDonough making his in-ring debut tonight as he goes one-on-one with Bryan Danielson. It happens in the main event. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back from commercial break, and like I said, over commercial break, it's going to be Bryan Danielson versus J.D. McDonough. I mean, both men were ready for a fight, and I got a feeling that even if they weren't going to be in the main event, they definitely would have met each other in the ring. And oh man, Bronson Reed clubbing down, and oh my God, Reed just absolutely clubbing away on Kevin Owens. Dastardly work here by Bronson Reed, and this is going to be some of the mayhem you see this Friday on Mayhem when Bronson Reed teams up with Samoa Joe. I was talking about it a little bit before the commercial break. Two men who have never crossed paths here in Universe Mode are going to be colliding as they team up to go against two of Samoa Joe's what seems to be sworn enemies in DIY. And now, wait a minute, Reed looking to put Kevin Owens away, looking to stifle Kevin Owens' momentum early. And no, man, Kevin Owens fighting out of it. This one can go either way. Both men need the momentum. Both men need the win. Kevin Owens just coming off of his win last night against Cody Rhodes. I doubt he wants to start that streak off with a downhill slide, but how do you do it when you're going against him with 100% Bronson Reed? Into the cover after that Warrior Press. Beautiful work there. And no. Kick out at 2. I mean, Kevin Owens, he's fighting. He's staying in it. He's fighting. He's keeping up the momentum. He's doing what he has to do. But Bronson Reed just keeps staying on the attack. And once again, a Samoan headbutt by Reed. Reed calling up Kevin Owens. Owens getting up to his feet now. Wait a minute, looking to bring him into the corner, but Owens cuts him off and hits him with a little bit of a punch to the gut there, or a kick to the gut. Another one. This time falls through with a DDT into the cover. This one going to be it here. Owens looking to put away Mr. Money to make Bronson Reed, but no. Both men fighting with every ounce of fight, sweat, tears, and blood they have. Big takedown there. Kevin Owens feeling the momentum, and it seems like surprisingly the crowd is with him. I think anybody will boo anybody or cheer anybody over Bronson Reed here tonight. Both men not favorites here in the WWE. Owens, though, package driver there into the cover, but Eric Bischoff being that mainstay, being that thing to help Bronson Reed get the job done. And oh man, Kevin Owens is saying to Eric Bischoff, what the hell's going on? Like, what do you think you're doing? And I think Kevin Owens is getting a little too distracted. Kevin Owens is too much of a veteran in the ring to get distracted by little tactics like this. And you see Eric Bischoff saying on the sideline, the old tricks seem to work in bed. Wait a minute, That air raid crash into the cover. Is this one going to be it here? No. Owens not only fighting last night, but he's fighting here on Raw too. And he just might survive Mr. Money in the Bank. And oh, big knee, a stunner. Stunner out of nowhere. 1, 2, and no. Reed kicks out. I don't know how he did it, but Reed kicked out of the stunner. No man's been able to do that. And if you have, you've been on the top of the list. I think Reed is proving himself very useful to the main event, but Kevin Owens takes him out. Owens takes him out to the outside, and the crowd is absolutely fired up for this, and you can't blame him. Wait a minute, that's Cody Rhodes. Rhodes came out of nowhere with a kendo stick, and Rhodes getting revenge, and you see that taped up arm, that damaged arm. Fully loaded, he walked out with some scars, but he came back for his. Ladies and gentlemen, as we have been continuing this crazy night after Fully Loaded, Mayhem is going to go crazy also. I mean, I guess you could say it's going to bring the Mayhem. Adam Cole, Intercontinental Championship Open Challenge, but that's not all. Jey Uso goes one-on-one with Jon Moxley. The Bloodline and the Shield are going to be picking things back up this Friday, but the Bloodline are going to be pulling in overtime. Roman Reigns has a lot to say to the WWE Universe after his loss against Jon Moxley last night at the Fully Loaded pay-per-view. But ladies and gentlemen, with more Starrcade news in the main event of Fully Loaded, it is going to be DIY going 2-on-2 with Mr. Money in the Bank, Bronson Reed, and Samoa Joe. It's going to be damn good, and it only goes down this Friday on Mayhem. Well, ladies and gentlemen, we got it confirmed over the commercial break. This matchup is going down. William Regal said, listen, when it comes down to the in-ring action, I want it all. Listen, I went back there during the commercial break and I said, hey, you know, I don't know if you've seen the segment that just aired live. Dominic wants to match up with Seth. And William Regal was more surprised than anything that Dominic wanted a matchup with Seth freaking Rollins. But Dominic's getting his matchup, and you see the women's world champion behind him, Rhea Ripley. And this crowd is not feeling Dominic Mysterio. They seem to never do, but Judgment Day pulling double duty here tonight, as later on tonight, the newest member of Judgment Day, it is going to be J.D. McDonough. He is going to be going one-on-one with Bryan Danielson, the man he helped screwed out of his World Heavyweight Championship opportunity. And I now have news that the two participants that are going to be competing for Judgment Day for the tag team tournament have now been revealed to be J.D. McDonough and Dominic Mysterio. So it seems like Judgment Day is letting the new recruits kind of go out there and take the mantle when it comes down to the tag team side of things, as Damian Priest helps Finn Balor kind of do his thing with the World Heavyweight Championship. But ladies and gentlemen, Seth Rollins here tonight. He does not need a shield. Moxley said that he is going to go out with Bryan Danielson later on tonight just so he can make sure the numbers are even. He asked Seth Rollins, hey, can you handle Dominic Mysterio? And Rollins said simply yes. All right, it's Dominic Mysterio. I can handle him, which, you know, I like to be biased, you know, non-biased in my matches. I like to sit here and, you know, not say one person's better than the other. But when you look at a case like this, it seems to be a little true. I mean, you look at a guy like Dominic Mysterio. He's wrestled, a couple of matches here in Universe Mode. And his you know, rise here in Universe Mode, it hasn't really been sort of the best one. He won one of his matches. His debut matchup was against Drew Gulak. Then him and Damian Priest end up winning a tag team matchup against Los Lotharios, and they end up having a matchup with the Usos, and I'm pretty sure they won that matchup. You know, Dominic Mysterio has done good in tag team action. He's done very much bare minimum work when it comes down to the singles division, so it's very hard to even see if he is like on the level of a Seth Rollins, which on paper, ideally, you wouldn't think so, but you never know when stepping into the ring. But tonight we're going to see if that's the case here tonight. When that fist goes into the middle of the ring, that is a signification of justice. And tonight, not only the Shield, but the Judgment Day pulling double duty. This Friday, the Bloodline pulling double duty as they are going to be here live. We're going to hear from them. And Jay also has a matchup, so it's going to be damn good to see. It's going to be very, very good to see how this one goes down here tonight. And oh man, Rollins taking down Dominic Mysterio in the early ones of the matchup. Nicely done there. Wait a minute, Dominic trying to fight back though. Dominic trying to fight back with, oh, just a little bit of fight, but Rollins saying no. Rollins saying no and not allowing it, not going for any of that, and you can't blame him. Seth Rollins seems like he's trying to make quick work here tonight at Dominic Mysterio. Mysterio, this is when it, you know, Dominic Mysterio, I mean, we've seen Seth and him wrestle in the same type of matchup. They were in a matchup a couple of weeks ago together for the gauntlet match for the Intercontinental Championship going into the fully loaded pay-per-view, but they never got their hands on each other. And oh man, Rollins picks him up and drops him down. The both men never got their hands on each other. Now wait a minute, Seth Rollins now called up Dominic Mysterio, looking to meet him on the outside. And oh man, the crowd chanting for Rollins here. Seems like anybody would cheer over Dominic Mysterio, same way we just seen Kevin Owens here tonight cheer for Bronson Reed. And oh man, Dominic Mysterio, I mean, I'm going to let you guys know how this matchup started if you're a little late to the premiere, if you're watching this one live. And wait a minute, Dominic Mysterio might get caught with something, but Rollins says no. Rollins thinks twice about it. But this matchup literally started because Dominic Mysterio, you know, he was talking to Rhea Ripley in the back, and he said, listen, let's go take the night off, do our thing. You know, we've been wrestling, we've been doing our thing. Tonight's the new recruit's return. You know, Finn and Damian got him, and we can do our thing. And Rollins basically said, listen, hey kid, you haven't even earned your stripes here in the WWE to sit here and try to, you know, make a mainstay. And oh, Dominic fighting back and proving those words to be wrong right now, as Seth Rollins tried to make a pass at Rhea Ripley, and Dominic Mysterio stuck up for his mommy, as he says. And oh man, tries to go for a cover, but Rollins kicking out quick with a lot of life, and that's not good for Dominic Mysterio. If I'm Dominic Mysterio, I'm definitely going to be concerned here tonight. If I'm Dominic Mysterio, I'm going to want to win this matchup. I mean, if I'm Dominic Mysterio, I mean, winning a matchup against Seth Rollins just speaks volumes for your career, but Rollins looks like he wants to make this one the beginning of the end here. Oh, big knee to the face there by Seth Rollins. Beautiful work there by Rollins. Rollins not playing any games here tonight with Dominic Mysterio. Mysterio, you seen, he had a little bit of fight left here, but he just couldn't keep the momentum going. He just couldn't keep it up. And as we actually been seeing his father, we seen him last Friday on Mayhem when he was in the main event, got attacked by Samoa Joe, and that probably brought a smile to his face. And wait a minute, Rollins now looking to put him away, but Dominic kicking out at one. Dominic showing that he has so much more life left in him, just like Rollins, but Rollins once again relying on that step-up kick. Rollins has been relying on that step-up kick a lot here in this matchup. And wait a minute, Rhea Ripley now distracting Seth Rollins now. Oh man, Ripley distracting Rollins. And it seems like that was the perfect thing. That was the best thing that Dominic Mysterio needed in this matchup to keep up the momentum for himself. And wait a minute, now he looks like he wants to set up for a little bit of his father's finishing maneuver. Looks like he wants to do it. 619. And usually Ray finishes off with a springboard off the rope, but Dominic says, no, 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 I'm tapping into my inner Eddie here tonight. And he wants to hit a little bit of Tino Heat, a little bit of frog splash into the cover. What the hell is wrong with him? Dominic Mysterio just laughed at Seth Rollins and let go of the pin. What the hell? This man cannot be this cocky. There is no absolute way. But now he wants to lining up for something big, but Rollins saying no. Dominic Mysterio might have just ruined the easiest win of his career. Oh my God. I mean, not to say Rollins is an easy win to say the least, but that win right there was handed to him. And now Mysterio goes to the outside. And Rollins is absolutely pissed off, and you see that the effects of that 619 actually hurt Seth Rollins in this matchup here tonight. And now Rollins looking to pick up Dominic Mysterio, understanding the urgency, bringing it back into the ring. Smartly done there by Seth Rollins. And oh man, if I'm Seth Rollins, I'm making sure. And wait a minute, Rhea Ripley once again. Ripley being that factor for Seth Rollins. Rollins trying to hit a step-up kick. Mysterio moving out of the way now. Mysterio now hooking the leg, getting Rollins. Rollins doesn't know where he's at. Mysterio grabs the tights. Grabs the tights, and Mysterio did it. Dominic Mysterio just beat Seth freaking Rollins here tonight. Oh my God, and in a matchup that wasn't even scheduled, a matchup that wasn't even supposed to go down, Rollins told Dom to put his money where his mouth is. And although Dominic Mysterio may have cheated, this right here just signifies the war of that we are going to see very soon between the Judgment Day and the Shield. Because after this one and after the main event, it's gonna pick up big time. Wow, Rollins is pissed, and I don't blame him. Ladies and gentlemen, as we continue the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament over the next couple of weeks on Raw and Mayhem, we have more matches for next week's episode of Raw. We have the LWO versus the Usos. That one's going to be a damn good one. Season 1 rematch right there. And remember, guys, these are all round 1 matches to get ready for the big tournament. It's going to be damn good. But then the main event, we're going to have to see Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes. I don't know how they're going to do it, but they're going to have to find a way to coexist and they have to find a way in the main event when they take on the Hurt Business. It's going to be Shelton Benjamin, Cedric Alexander, two men who are very, very, very formidable as a tag. The big question is, will they be able to defeat the makeshift team of Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes? Find out next week. You know why I'm here, Adam. I'm not teaming up with him next week. I don't give a damn what you say. I don't give a damn what the contract says. I'm not going to team up with him. I just whooped his ass last night. Did you think I did that for fun and games? Did you think I did that to team up with him next week? I don't care a damn if you're giving me a main event spot or not. I'm not doing it. Listen, Kevin, we've never had problems before, so don't create one out of nowhere. When it comes down to the Starrcade Tag Team Tournament, when it says in your contract is when it comes to PLEs that each superstar, if required to, will have to compete, and your name came up as somebody to team with against Cody Rhodes. Am I going to sit here and say that it was purpose? It might have been, but I didn't put together the tournament, so I don't know, Kevin. What I do know is that next week, you have to. You have to, or you're fired. It's not my choice. It's not my call. It's just what it is. Ladies and gentlemen, in the great words of Mark Henry, it's time for the main event! And when you talk about new stars who could be created, and look no further because the Irish Ace is here, and his name is JD McDonough. This man right here has wrestled all over the world. And tonight, as he makes his debut here in the WWE, he does it under the black and purple colors. He does it as an official, official member of the Judgment Day, and he's accompanied to the ring by the world's heavyweight champion. I mean, hey, if you ask me, it doesn't get any better than that, especially as your first matchup in the WWE being in the main event of the top program here in Universe Mode, that being Raw. This is our top program, our weekly flagship show here in Universe Mode, and it has been the staple piece. And the fact that JD McDonough is finding himself in the main event of one of these, it is going to be absolutely good. It's going to be an absolute banger, ladies and gentlemen. But he's not going to be taking on no easy man. He's not going to be taking on just a regular guy here tonight. He's going to be taking on the American Dragon, or I guess you can argue a different side of the American Dragon here tonight, as you see, that being Jon Moxley and Bryan Danielson. But the man he's going to be facing here tonight is Bryan Danielson. I said it before and I'll say it again, when it comes to the Shield, when it comes to their dominance, that is exactly what's been on display as of late. Bryan Danielson may not have had the best night when it came down to Fully Loaded. The main event has definitely not been the best one. I mean, at least we can argue that he made it to the ring for tonight's main event. That's a positive side for tonight. Tonight's going to be an absolute banger, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to see a guy like Bryan Danielson, a guy who has sat here and who has ran not only the WWE, but he has ran any company that he has ever stepped foot in. And he is going to be stepping into the ring with the newcomer known as the Irish Ace, JD McDonough. McDonough might have just set himself up for a very short career, not just in the WWE, but just professionally overall, because when you're stepping in the ring with a guy like this, it's dangerous. And the referee wants to waste no time, and here we go. Bryan Danielson stepping into the middle of the ring and calling out McDonough, saying, you wanted this to start the show, well, let's do this. And oh man, Balor loving that. Balor seeing that intensity in the eyes of JD McDonough and absolutely appreciating it. But Bryan now stepping back on JD McDonough, looking to make McDonough hurt here tonight. And if we know Bryan Danielson, he's one of the most dangerous men to be in the ring with. So if I'm McDonough, I'd make sure I don't bleed here tonight. It seems like Jon Moxley trains him for that one, and oh man. Danielson now, oh my God, gets destroyed with that standing moonsault. Beautiful work there by JD McDonough. There's not much that we know about JD McDonough here in Universe Mode. As you guys know, he's made his name stay. Oh man, wait a minute, trying to go for something big here on a big stomp to the chest. Universe Mode just keeps getting bigger and bigger, and once again looking to go for it again, just showing how much of an ease it is. And you can see that's something that he's going to be relying on the matchup, just showing off how easy that is. And wait a minute, JD McDonough now with a Beautiful vertical suplex here to Bryan Danielson. Danielson has been labeled so many different things. The GOAT, the great, the great one, the freaking, the GOAT face guy, the future world heavyweight champion. But one thing that is ring true is being the best professional wrestler on any brand he goes on. He's definitely make sure that he can keep that name stay. And Danielson moves out of the way. Moves out of the way so JD couldn't get it. But as he did it, very smartly done there by Judgment Day. Finn Balor distracting him so that way JD McDonough can still be on the offensive side of things. Then, oh man, big elbow drop into the back. McDonough made sure he hit the mark on that one, going into the cover now. McDonough now looking to defeat Danielson here tonight, and no. Right when you think it was going to be the beginning of the end, Danielson said absolutely no and was not here for it. And wait a minute, Bryan Danielson now looking to do some work to JD McDonough here tonight. McDonough could be in absolute trouble, and McDonough gets dropped on his head into the cover. Is this one going to be in here tonight? One! No! Right when you think it's over, JD McDonough, he just surprised us. Because after that one, after that spike suplex vertical one right into the head, and oh, I thought it was going to be over, and not Danielson. Danielson saying no, 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 he is not here for it. He is not allowing it. Danielson now bouncing off of the ropes and psyching us out. Danielson saying, oh, you wanted that, you're not going to get it. And now you see JD McDonough pacing on the outside of the ring as Jon Moxley creeps up to him. And JD McDonough understanding, oh my God, realizing that the numbers were about to be against him as he goes into the ring. Danielson just blows out the knee. And now Danielson looks to do some damage to McDonough, but McDonough finds a way to stay in, and McDonough trying to find a way to stay in as the referee disposing of the chair that Jon Moxley tried to bring into the ring. Hits a very beautiful suplex there, nicely done there. Now, oh my God, another standing vertical suplex, or excuse me, moonsault there. Wait a minute, Bryan Danielson catches him into the cover here. Is Danielson gonna do it? No. McDonough with quick feet there, understanding the kind of danger he was in, and understand how fast he needed to get out of this one. And McDonough now. Drop kick there. If I'm McDonough, man, I want to try to be careful in this matchup. I mean, oh man, and now the same thing Finn Balor was doing. We're seeing Moxley do it. We're seeing Moxley take advantage of the numbers and taking advantage of the fact that Bryan Danielson isn't 100% right now in this matchup. Danielson now going back into the ring as JD McDonough doesn't know what's going on. And McDonough gets clocked. McDonough, though, moving out of the way, chopping down below and kneeing him right in the face. Danielson flopping down again, and now Danielson once again. Oh! Danielson moves this time. McDonough went to it for too many times. But psycho knee. 1, 2. No. He kicked out. He kicked out. What? What? JD McDonough just kicked out of the knee. McDonough tried to go for the standing moonsault again. Danielson moved out of the way, hit the knee. But somehow, some way, McDonough kicked out of the knee. Oh my God, and wait a minute, McDonough now picks him up, and oh! McDonough getting absolutely dropped, neck snapped right off of the rope. Danielson has him up once again, looks to go for a combination of strikes, but McDonough, anything in his heart of hearts, he seems to find in his bits, and he gets him. The fiber of his being, it just keeps going, it just keeps pushing. 2 and no, not even a 2. The American Dragon kicks out. Oh my God, and although he has the vest on, we're seeing those shades of the American Dragon. We're seeing those shades of the Bryan Danielson we know and love and know. Danielson wants to get that cross arm breaker. McDonough saying no to that punch up. McDonough saying no. Uranagi by McDonough. Swift Uranagi by McDonough. Looks like he's lining him up for it again. Calls him up, waits for him. Now he's just throwing away some punches, some elbow strikes to Bryan Danielson, doing any and everything he can do to him. Into the cover. 1, 2. No. How does he do it? How does he do it once again? Went to the wishing well, but there was nothing there for him. Kick there, no. Danielson couldn't get it. McDonough scouting Danielson. It seems like JD McDonough is a quick learner. And now a drop kick sent him to the outside. JD McDonough is one of the quickest learners I've ever seen. And Jon Moxley, as impressed as he looks, he understands the importance of the matchup. And as Finn Balor tries to distract Bryan Danielson, McDonough tries not to pay any attention to Jon Moxley. And oh man, Danielson was playing possum, but no. Danielson was playing a bit of possum. but JD McDonough saying no. JD McDonough not allowing it. JD McDonough! That Irish headbutt, now once again. Standing moonsault, this time connects. Oh my God. These two men are beating the absolute shit out of each other here tonight. Once again, moonsault standing, but missed. And again, but psycho knee. Oh my God, the crowd chanting for it one more time. But Danielson wants to do it. Danielson wants to do it. He does it. Knee to the outside. McDonough's laid out. And it ends in a draw. What the hell? Oh my God. How many draws do we actually see here at Universe? And as the matchup is over with World Heavyweight Champion Finn Balor takes out Moxley. It was Moxley that declared war on the Judgment Day, and it's the leader of the Judgment Day that handles it, finishes it, but Moxley fights back. Moxley knows war because he's been in one with the Bloodline. But Finn Balor moving Moxley out of the way. Yeah, guys, let's get the hell out of here because this one's going over Tarzano. Moxley takes down. Wait a minute, that's Roman. Roman Reigns. Reigns catches him. The World Heavyweight Champion's back up to his feet, but Roman gets him. The crowd shit, holy shit, and for damn good reason. Roman has the guillotine in as the champion watches on, and Moxley just got laid out. And this is a confrontation we've been waiting for a very long time. Finn Balor, Roman Reigns, World Heavyweight title. We've been waiting for it, but what? Finn Balor just walked away from Roman Reigns. What the hell are we gonna see come out of this one, ladies and gentlemen? Friday, Jey Uso, Jon Moxley. It seems like the war with the Bloodline is far from over. But speaking of the Bloodline, they're pulling double duty. I don't know if it's before or after, but we're gonna hear from them when Jay's gonna fight Moxley, so I think that one is gonna spill out, especially for what we just seen here tonight. But what I can confirm to kick off the show, Intercontinental Championship action. Adam Cole seems like he wants to be the fighting champion, and he works his way to be a pillar as he puts up the Intercontinental Championship on the line this Friday on Mayhem, ladies and gentlemen. This Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern Time. It's coming your way. It's gonna be damn good.